So, behaving in a rehearsed manner is equal to performance. It's not just learning the lines. That's not a performance. After learning the lines, there are many things that you have to do. That's the basic. That's the basic. Okay? Just like writing a story. You can't film a story. What will you have to do once you've written the story? Convert it into a script. Then what do you have to do later on? Once you've converted it into a script or a screenplay, then you have to do a shot breakdown. Then you have to decide how those shots have to be taken. Then you have to pace the shots. Then the editor will come and say, I need a close-up. Aure, maine close-up to liya hi nahi, I didn't take a close-up. Sorry, you have to have a close-up because that line was very important. So by learning, by making mistakes perhaps, we learn. And ultimately, we give a finished performance. And the performance doesn't necessarily mean what an actor is doing. The director is performing too. The cameraman is performing. He's doing something which is going to be captured on film or something that is going to be captured as a show on stage. The only difference is that once the film is done, it's done, locked. You can reshoot, but it's a hell of an expensive thing. On a stage, you can change it 100 times. You can change it from one performance to the other. Performances can grow. So there's a big difference, but we are not talking about the differences between stage and this thing. Okay. Now, once the building block, what are the building blocks for an actor? The building blocks for an actor are his thoughts, first of all, very importantly, his emotions, his body language, his speech patterns, etc. These are the building. We're not talking about costumes, not yet. They are decorative. They're decorative. It makes no difference to me if the table is here or not here. If the table was not there and I needed to put this down, I could put it down here as well. I could put it in my pocket. It makes no difference. It makes no difference if the table is wood or this or that or is green or red or plastic. It makes no difference. Because it is not important to what I have to do. But if it were important, then I would need a table. It would have to be added on. But for what I'm saying, the table is not necessary. So for a performance, the costumes and things are not necessary. They will happen later on. A Raja can still be a Raja. A king can still be a king. A king doesn't go to sleep dressed up in his robe with a crown on his head. He goes to sleep wearing I don't know what kings wear, okay? But he definitely not wearing a suit. And yet he's a king. If he were woken up in the middle of the night, he would still be addressed as a king. All right? Nobody will say, oh, he's a king. He doesn't have to. So the costume and things are not important. The behavior is vitally important. The belief, the true belief of an actor, the true belief of the audience and the character that they're going to see is vitally important. So once all these little things are in place, all your speech patterns, because you have to, if it requires, there are silent acting performances also, but whatever it is, your behavior patterns, etc., once they are in place, in other words, once they have been rehearsed and rehearsed well, then the actor does, all he does is put them into his subconscious and he lets it go. You know what cricket is. Bat, ball, pads, batsman, bowler, fielders, everybody knows that. Okay? Now, what happens to a cricketer? Once he has learned, a good cricketer doesn't have to think he's going to bowl, now I'm going to play a straight drive. Now I'm going to hook him. No, it's all there. The bowler doesn't say, oh, next one I'm going to give him a bouncer. Maybe he knows, but he's not going to share it. You're not going to tell him bouncer aa raha hai. He won't tell him that. So it's all happening in an instant, and something happens and you adjust. Something happens, of course, if you don't adjust, you get hit on the head, which means you were not paying attention. So the unexpected can happen, but if you are prepared for it, you can minimize the unexpected. And in our performances, in our professions, unexpected things are not supposed to happen, because you are showing the result of what you have done. If you have planned a camera movement, a zoom or a trolley shot, it should happen the way it's supposed to. It can't happen that you are zooming and the camera goes there and comes back. No, that's a mistake. And you can't say, nahi, ho gaya, it happened. No, it can't happen. You'll have to take another shot. If you are going to write a script and a particular line, it can't happen that anything can be said. You know what is going to be said. You know which character is going to say what. In other words, the outside, now remember these things, they are important. What we call the outside, because controlling the performance while letting go, that means there is an outside and an inside. The outside includes the space that an actor occupies. I have to be aware if I'm talking to you like this and I have to go back, I have to know that there's a table here. If I do it 10 times, I'll know exactly where the table is without making that kind of a noise and doing all kinds of accidental things which are not supposed to happen. So I will know, okay, here's the table and I can sit on it pretty comfortably. If I do it 10 times, I can do it while I'm talking, I can do it with my eyes closed, I can do it anywhere. And if I do it 100 times, I'll know exactly where the table is. If I don't, I'm not going to be able to do it properly. So what it includes is the space that you occupy. It will include other actors that you're talking to, because there's things like masking and you're hiding somebody's face, you're not taking this thing. Then the furniture that you're dealing with on the set. It will include the props, glasses, tables, things that you have in your pocket, cell phones, whatever it is. It will include lights, microphones, etc., etc. Because if you are not in the right light, somebody will say, hey, where are you standing? I'm standing here. You're not supposed to stand there, you're supposed to stand here, etc., etc. Then the marks that an actor, you know what an actor's marks are? It's a mark given to you on the floor. So you have to hit that mark every time. You have to be here every time. No matter where you come from, you have to come and stand there. That mark is absolutely exact. Good actors can hit the mark exactly. Bad actors can't hit the mark at all, because you don't know that if I hit the mark, if it's my full figure, it doesn't matter if I'm here. It doesn't matter if I'm here. But if it's a close-up, it does. Because either I'll be cutting myself, part of my face will get, so I have to hit the mark exactly. I have to get the light exactly. Those are all externals. An actor has to observe himself doing all this. An actor has to know. He just can't say, oh, I was crying, so I didn't know where. If you don't know where to stop, then you better go and cry at home. Don't waste my money and my time and my film and my other people's this thing. You've got to know. An actor has to learn. All these things he has to learn. Then the camera, or in the case of a stage performance, the audience. An actor has to be aware of the fact that there's a camera. I know there's a camera, but I am not performing for the camera. It's there. Camera is doing his job, I'm doing my job. Okay? If it was a shot and I went behind this pillar, the cameraman would say, excuse me, sir, please come out, I can't see you. So I must know. I'm hidden from half of you, some of you, other people can see me very well. So I must know this, because if it was a theater and I was performing, they would see, you wouldn't be able to. So either you would start hooting or you would start leaning and disturbing other people, but the performance would get jacked. And that's not supposed to happen. Everything should go smoothly. Now, those are the outside things that an actor has to be aware of. If you are aware of something, you can control it. The inside things, of course, are your emotional makeup, just how much you're supposed to get emotionally moved and deliver your performance, how much do I have to cry, laugh, get angry, whatever it is. Your thoughts, which are constantly happening, an actor is constantly thinking. Your lines, which you have rehearsed, the dialogue in the case of your screenplay and so on and so forth, and of course your body mechanism. An actor must know what his body is doing. So if I come and say, hey, hi, how are you? So I'm saying, hi, how are you? Often enough in our cinema, in our TV, you see actors who says, yeah, so what happened? Dialogue is over, the other actor started speaking and his hands are still here. Do we do that in real life? I've stopped speaking, my hands are here, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to do that. Naturally, you say, hey, how are you? Your hands go down. You say, hey, how are you? All well? And your hands go down. You can't say, hey, how are you? What's this doing up there? So your body you have to be aware of. You must know how to control your body. You must know exactly what has to be done. An actor has to have knowledge of everything physical around him and including his own physical body. We'll come to the emotional and the mental part later.